that makes other talents better simply by your social interactions, which does not lead to any sort of networking or anything, just as a matter of making the show better. And I genuinely think that if it wasn't for you three particularly, I would have been a much worse host. That is something I do well. Like I don't, I'm not very insecure about it. I think Dave's interviews was a new thing for me, but I'm a good host. But I would have done much worse if there wasn't these three people to prop me up and make me feel better about myself and make me feel like I could do this. So it was a very meaningful experience. So that was particularly my biggest takeaway and something I learned a lot about at TI.
I respect that a lot. I appreciate it. I have a pretty similar. Yeah, I mean it's interesting for you that you say that because for me that's like assumed. And I realize now that that's like not something most people are used to because
Mhm.
I was also not used to it at one point, right? Like there was one point where what happened was my first TI that I've done three, you know. Uh, but my first one,
Little brag.
I was like shitting my pants like
Right.
on the 1 minute segment I had, and Sheever was the one that just came to my aid. And back then, I barely knew Sheever, like I didn't know her at all. And I specifically remember Sheever just like being the rock that I like absolutely needed. Gave me some advice and then also like talked me like calmed me down a little bit and was very reassuring. And I was thinking the same thing as you. It's like I don't even know this person that well. Like we're just meeting. Like why would they even bother doing this? Like a lot of times you question
Mhm.
like why? Yeah, like just what's in it for them? Because that's kind of what you're used to at least. In like business sense, also in the Dota world. You know, coming from a lot of teams, I'm sure monkeys can identify with me here. Like pretty much every teammate, it always feels like to some extent like they're always going to do what's best for them, so you got to keep an eye out what they're doing, like feel like if they're not feeling like they're a part of the team, like if they check out of games, you can tell something's off, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
it's usually more than what like you have to look into it. Like they're either looking to leave the team, they're really tilted at somebody on the team and they're not saying anything. But like with the talent, the biggest thing that you just mentioned that I was really trying to say during that clip that I poorly worded everything was that is the environment that all of these talents have created, and that's why we all love working with each other over and over again, because there have been people in the like that have come to events and they didn't really fit the mold over time. I'm not gonna name names, but you know but there's a reason why all the people that have worked with each other want to work with each other again, and they're all still here. And I think people like yourself fit in very nicely with that idea. Like you can just kind of tell. You talk to somebody. I almost feel like if you are a bit defensive, if you are a bit reserved, that's like a good sign. Like at first, it took you a little while to, I think, to identify the fact that people around you were like really trying to help, and you're like not trying to step on any toes. That's what it looks like from my perspective. I'm sure that's what I looked like to Sheever 2 years ago, or I guess 3 years ago. Fuck. But yeah, it's a really cool thing. I think I'm really glad you mentioned it. I would not have thought of that to be your answer. So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah. If
Uh,
there was one moment that I would like to highlight because it is, I think this doesn't get talked about enough. Aoi is a fantastic talent. He's like really solid, but I think his what he does behind the scenes is particularly amazing. And I there was a
Now
moment
he's fucking
where
hilarious. I just want to say that.
he is he's really funny. But one thing that he did at one point, I was genuinely spiraling because I just took the ROTK was coming up. I knew Elephant might be losing. My mind was on something else. And if you allow me to weeb out for a second, there was that moment where like the main character and the typical anime is having that literal spiral, and the whole scene starts to fade into black, and then someone comes and like grabs his hand, and then like the whole thing breaks. And go ah, to me that was Aoi. There was a moment where he fist bumped me at the right time. He just read me like a fucking book. He's like, "We're gonna do this," and he fist bumps me, and he literally pulled me out of my darkness, and it was I have never felt better in my life. You cannot imagine, dude. That moment it will be engraved in my mind forever. If I can do that for someone, I will die a happy man. That was incredible. That's why Aoi won TI. It was so obvious to me. That's
Hey,
the moment I realized.
Aoi is probably the most low key funny guy I've ever met. Like,
He
I
is.
don't know. You see him on camera, and you're like, God, this guy's some fucking stiff nerd. Like, God, like that's what I used to think of him. I'm not gonna lie, I used to think of him, but like the second I worked with him at the Animajor and then also at TI, dude, like he is fucking hilarious. Like I'm like,
He is.
he's basically Jenkins, just low key. Like he's legit Jenkins. Like they're both the same person. Just one of them's
I
like,
guarantee you, Aoi is not happy with that
dude,
comparison.
he is just like, man, he is like, okay, if there's like a scale of 1 to 10 and 10 is Jenkins, Aoi's like an 8. You know, he's like real up there in terms of just constantly making jokes, constantly making light out of something that's very serious. Like that's what I really think of as Jenkins, is like no matter what the situation is, he will make a joke out of it, he will make light of it. And I do view Aoi that way too, and I think that's like very important in Dota in general, right? When you're in a very stressful environment constantly, to be able to turn something much
Mhm.
more lighthearted and innocent. So I think I could, yeah, you're right. It's something you had to do at TI. So
You know what
that's
Aoi does that's odd to me is that I think this is like the 11 on the Jenkins scale. There is no build up to his laughter. Like he will just identify something and clap, he's laughing. Like there's no facial expression that leads to him laughing. And he always catches me off guard. Jenkins will say the randomest comment and Aoi will be laughing his ass off on the sidelines. And I will never guess that he was doing that. He might be eating and it just kind of comes out. I think it's the most impressive and oddest thing. It surprised me so many times. On panel, if I made Aoi laugh, that was my success. Because he just came out of nowhere. It was very satisfying.
Have you ever seen Aoi in real life, monkeys?
Yeah, a few times. At LAN events when he was on NP and EG.
Oh.
Or actually, no, maybe he wasn't on EG. I think it was only NP that I saw him on LANs. I I
Yeah,
I, still, I
yeah.
remember there was one of my first LANs in a while. When I played with Complexity, the iteration that we were at the Boston Major together. I like had just switched to off lane. I like still had no idea what I was doing basically. And I think we I think we picked off lane Terrorblade against Alliance. And at the after party or whatever, I was sitting down at the bar or like at a table or something, and Aoi comes up to me and he's just like, "What what's with offlane Terrorblade?" And I'm like, and I'm like, "Aoi, man, you have to understand. Just read his cue." And then Aoi literally pulls out his phone, looks up looks up reflection stats, and he's like, "Oh, I get it now. That's really good against Lin." And that was the first time I ever met Aoi in person.
Fucking Aoi. That
That's the
sounds
most
that
Aoi
sound
interaction.
that sounds very much like Aoi. Yeah, that does sound. Man, back when Terrorblade Reflection was non-dispellable.
Yeah,
Damn.
non-dispellable and did like it was something absurd, like 70% damage at level 1 or something, and scaled up to 100%, and it was just nutty. It was so good. It actually like you just had a Luna on your team on like a 16-second cooldown, and then you were
Hmm.
still Terrorblade.
And
That
then
you know,
there was that one period of time where they released talents and it was still undispellable, and you had the level
Oh,
20 talent that made it like
nice.
8-second cooldown
yeah,
or
yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. But it
And
was,
wasn't there another talent that increased duration too? So it was like longer duration and lower cooldown or something.
I don't. I mean, I remember it being nearly 100% uptime. That's all I
Yeah,
remember, and it was not dispellable. So I remember like pretty much any matchup of Agi carry to Agi carry was just like you'd kill yourself on
yeah.
with your own illusion that you can't attack or remove. But no. So I wanted to ask Monkeys, were you gonna go to TI if it wasn't COVID, or were you
No,
not planning
I
on it?
wasn't planning on going in Romania. No, I've just kind of been chilling for the past, year and a half or whatever during pandemic times, and
Well, you
yeah,
came
I
and
don't know.
visited me in New York, so you weren't always chilling.
I mean,
You did
I
have
mean, yeah, but that's just like a train ride. I don't know. I don't know.
okay.
I'm gonna get over my, fear of actually traveling and whatnot during during the pandemic eventually. But I didn't really want to, spend the time and go through like the stress of traveling during COVID for TI, and I mean, I like it just ended up getting canceled. Like I figured something not great was gonna end up happening anyways.
Yeah,
So
it was definitely a disappointment for a lot of the town. We all had like +1s, at least most of us did, and then like all the guests got canceled like the day before or something.
mhm.
So it was not ideal. But
Mhm.
my question would be moving forward from TI. I always felt like TI was like the great divider. You start anew. It is truly a new day, a new year in the Dota world. So I'll start with monkeys and we'll go to Avo next. Like what's what's your plan this year? Do you have a plan, monkeys? Are you thinking about playing,
uh,
streaming? What are you doing, man?
as of right now, I'm just trying to get top 10, and I've been doing that pretty. I've been climbing almost 200 MMR a day for like a
Shit.
couple weeks now. So
Wow.
What
I'm
rank are you at nowadays?
I'm like ranked 30 something, like 35 or something.
Is that like 9.5 or what MMR is
I
that?
I haven't looked at my MMR in over a
That's a
year.
good idea. That's a good idea. Don't look at the MMR. I made that mistake today. Don't look at it. Is it all
But
Brewmaster or is it what are you doing, man? What's the secret? Tell
uh
the viewers out here. How are you doing it,
A
man?
lot of
Clickbait
Brewmaster
YouTube
and Bat
video.
Rider, started playing some Furion. I play like Tide or Magnus or whatever here and there. If I mean Brewmaster is getting first phase banned against me like pretty much every game. So
People are that
yeah,
annoyed, huh?
I mean I have over a 65% win rate with it in over
That's
100
crazy.
games.
Wow. You sick fuck. Anybody who play, dude, you're one of those guys that I just don't understand. Whenever I pick a hero and I win a bunch with it, I get tired of it, man, and I just move on. And I can't. That's why I'm captain my MMR monkeys. Don't try to convince me otherwise. Don't let me experience my own reality here. But yeah,
All
no,
right.
but monkeys is the guy, Avo, that if it's a broken Batrider patch,
Oh, I know.
he's playing 80% of games Batrider. That's what he's gonna
I've
do.
I've casted Monkey's games for a long time, and one of my favorite things to do when he was playing was draft predictions because I was always getting it right. And then a pool of three heroes he would select from, and then if two of them were bad, he would select the third one. It was awesome. It was great, and the viewers were always like, "Oh, he's so smart. How does he know
He's done his
Monkey's hero pool
homework.
so well?" Yeah, I practiced. No, I do like watching the hero spammers play. I want to see you play Brew, dude. I love Brew. I have not seen you play Brew in a long time.
Brew is actually so broken. I'm surprised I kind of went unnoticed at TI because I like I mean I know BSJ is probably sitting there like NA players just haven't figured this shit out. That hero is garbage or something. But like if you can get to like Ag's refresher timing on that hero, I my win rate with Ag's refresher is like over 90% if I can
Do you
get to
just
that
rush
point.
it?
Yeah, you literally go like vessel to run around the map and just proc your W, and you just are so annoying with that. Like it
Uh-huh.
does like 700 damage or something,
Yeah,
and
it's pretty good.
reduces health regen. So, and then you just get when you hit level 12 in Ags, you're like double ulting in team fights. You control their carry. Tiny Brew is literally my tiny counter because I just lift him up, kill his team, lift him up, kill his team, lift him up, kill his team, and then his whole team's dead. And then Tiny comes down and you're like, all right, 5v1, we got him, let's go.
And then about 40 seconds later, he dies.
Yep.
That's fine.
That's my experience with Tiny. But Brewmaster, somebody asked in chat what hero you're talking about right now. So you got top 10, or you're going for top 10. Do you know what's
Yeah.
next? Or are we not looking that far? Because usually when I come to goals, I got like my week or two goal, and I don't have much further than that. So is that what we're looking at right now?
See, BSJ, you have your life together. You actually plan ahead. Me, on the other hand, I just go, all right, I'm going to get top 10, so maybe more people want to watch my stream. And then past that, who the fuck knows? I'm just going to keep playing Dota, probably, I would assume, and
Well,
see, see where things take us.
Well, we got people here that you did raid me, by the way, before this. I just noticed that. Thank you. But we have people here that could easily be candidates for your viewers. And as long as they stick around to my stream until it ends, you guys should check out monkeys_forever on
Yes.
Twitch. That's where it says Monkeys Dota on there because I believe that's your like Twitter
That's
handle.
my Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is
I tried getting
monkeys_forever.
monkeys forever so many times, but it's just taken. Someone is impersonating me. I don't know who, Like someone, like whenever I try and make monkeys forever in any other game, in like anything, it's always taken. And I'm just like, who wants to be a monkey forever? Like what? Ah!
Monkeys, if I ever make $1 million, I will spend some of that money hunting
To give
down
me
this
to give
person.
me that name.
Whoever this person is, we will
Just
find them.
pay Twitter like $5,000 or something. I'm sure that will be like, oh sure, we'll give it. Like it doesn't even have followers or anything on Twitter. It's just someone has it.
I will find this person.
Thank you. That's
It's
all.
Jenkins.
Just,
That's the right
that is, dude. When I made my email, so back when I realized I needed a business email, it was like a year after I started streaming. So I went on to gmail.com and made my new email, and I typed in bananaslamjamma at Gmail, and it was taken. I was like, the fuck? So that's why my email is the Banana Slam Jamma. But like, I mean, come on, like, I was like, who took my name? Why? Why are you taking my name,
They
people?
they just do it to fuck with you. That's what
Yeah,
I've
I
learned.
swear, sick bastards. But okay, we got enough out of monkeys. He said he's getting top 10. Not much past that. What about you, Avo? What's in your plan for this year? Anything
I mean,
new?
I'm hoping to get Div 1. That's what I'm hoping to get. I really want to do. If you got ever got the chance to see, even if it was just a clip, our production of Div 2 of EU, or we did like a bunch of bits, we had a whole theme to it and stuff. I would really like to be able to implement that in a Div 1 cover, like a proper, like I mean, no offense to the Div 1 coverage that we saw last time, it's just very standard. I think for many regions like EU, that's okay and it flies because it's just okay coverage. But I think that for other regions which are lesser known, especially by the English audience, like SA, for example, or SEA even to a degree, if you make a good production, people will watch. One of my clips on EEU, like nobody gives a shit about Solo's team, and I made a clip about me covering a riot where they were all chanting Solo's name, and that clip has over 50,000 views. The game itself had 2,000 viewers, right?
Really.
Like, yeah, yeah, and people were like, "Oh, this fucking Solo's back on team." People message me, it's like, "Is Solo back on the tier one team?" No, quite the opposite actually. He's in open qualifiers now, but I think that I would like to do that for a Div 1. Some sort of like old style Dota, like 2GD production of like scuffed that looks like people really put a lot of hard work into it, but with more creativity than it does have production like value per se, like not in money necessarily, just hard work. I
Yeah.
would love to do that for any sort of division. So if you're looking to hire me, TOs, I will work so much for you. I know I'm Spanish, but I break the mold, okay? I only take 2 hour siestas a day and usually only 6 days a week. One whole day of full work. That's what you get from me. And I will make your division look so nice.
If
I
I was
do.
a TO right now, I would be sold. The siestas, I believe, sell me here.
I do
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that atmosphere has kind of been like a lost art, and not like completely, but the whole just kind of like chill setting of just having just having like a good discussion that just kind of like really brings it all to Dota and just like
Mhm.
really shines on everyone's personalities and whatnot.
I agree. That's what we try to do with Div 2. And I think that you can do that with Div 1 as well with a lot of
Yeah.
divisions. It just requires a bit of extra work. And so like it's tough. I get why it doesn't get done, right? But I'd like to do it just out of personal pride. I never did this for Div 2 out of like trying to outshine myself. It was just like we talked about the product and then at one point I was like, I'd really like to do this. And Richie'd be like, okay. And so I would like spend my night writing the script and we do the bit. And then when it's done, the sense of pride that you get from it is very special because it's all yours, Like you produced it,
Yeah.
you filmed it, so it's a very unique feeling.
Monkeys.
Don't do it, BSJ. Don't do it. I know what you're doing. Just don't do it.
I'm not gonna do it, monkeys. You caught me. No, I this is the first time we've had a guest in a while, and I forgot about what like the dynamic that it changes. Me and monkeys, we just talk about random shit, and the conversations always take some random ass turns, and it's fascinating because we've taken different random ass turns because we have a guest here. So it sounds like it's the same vibes to me, but there's definitely topics we would have never discussed between the two of us. So I just want to say I forgot what it was like, and I appreciate you being here, Avo. Just throwing that out there.
Damn, you're a wonderful
But
person, Ava.
He's never
what are
said
you
that to
doing?
me a single time, Avo.
I don't believe that. He was voted in our NA qualifier stream. He was voted most wholesome streamer in NA.
Me, of
So
course, yes. Me, of course, yes.
actually, yeah, I remember that discussion. Jenkins said something along the lines of, "I like BSJ's stream. He's very wholesome because he has no feelings."
Fucking Jenkins, man. I
And then
feel
he made
like
some
that.
sort of comment about seagulls. I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah, it's probably about crows. That's what he seems
Yeah,
to.
crows. Yeah.
Yeah, crows seems to be. Well, he thinks I eat crows or something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
you
fucking.
just snap their necks because eating implies that you're actually doing something good with the crows, right?
Oh, I'm actually like not just murdering them for pointless entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have to murder them
Yeah.
for pointless reasons, otherwise you're not a psychopath. Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah. Jenkins does like to say, dude, okay, Jenkins is fucking relentless. So there was like he advertised my voice line like the day voice lines
Yeah.
came out for no reason on Twitter. He also did it on his YouTube videos, and he also saw that his sales spiked when he advertised mine. Okay, so this guy is some fucking evil genius that I need to like, I need to hone in on
Yeah,
exactly what.
you gotta stay one step ahead.
Apparently, he's got the meta going. And today, somebody on Twitter asked if you were a caster and had your own voice line, what would you have it be? And Jenkins replied, "Keep it PMA, keep it BSJ."
That was awesome.
It just it never fucking ends, dude. Like you just oh my god. So what was Jenkins's bit at TI? I know he did the fucking
It was insane. Yeah.
Oh, Insania.
Did you ever hear about the bit that he did with the makeup ladies for you?
I did not. I did not hear about
So
this bit.
so the makeup ladies, Aaron particularly, was very much into true crime, right? Which is, of course. And we had a conversation one of the first days, and we're talking about the Zodiac killer for some reason. And then I told her, it's like, oh yeah, he actually got caught a couple of days ago, right? Like she's like, oh, I didn't know. She's a big fan. Went to watch the podcast. But Jenkins was there doing his hair as well, because that would take longer than Effie's. And he said, well, isn't that convenient for Brian, right? And then he like went the whole tirade. And so he repeated this almost daily because we always had the same makeup schedule to Aaron. And the final day, right, we were discussing this, like, yeah, you saw the podcast, right, with the Zodiac thing. He's like, yeah. But like, Jenkins has been telling me that it was very convenient for Brian. And now that he mentions it, Brian was in a similar place to where the Zodiac Killer was. I'm like, God damn it. God damn it. Jenkins convinced the makeup ladies there's a chance that you were the Zodiac Killer. Which I thought was ingenious, really.
People think Jenkins is like acting on camera or whatever. And the thing is,
No.
like you see him on camera and he's doing like a quote unquote bit. He calls him a bit, he's just doing some act or whatever. But that's literally his fucking life. His entire life is just what can I fuck with people? Like the one day he just said he's gonna be Insania. It was during the group stage, and he like borrowed one of Insania's jerseys, and then he was just on panel saying "Call me Insania," like I'm Insania now, like, and he did it for like the rest of the event, dude. He renamed himself Insania on Twitter, and and oh my god, dude, oh my god.
Oh, it's very funny. I remember he went to every single host and asked us, call me Insania. And I was the only one who was like, yeah, sure. I remember Sumi was like, what? But you're not Insania. Why would I call you Insania? That's offensive to Insania. But for a whole panel we did that, and Slacks came into that panel, and then I was calling him Insania, and Slacks was like, what? That's not insane. And that was a whole tirade he had for like I saw it 5-10 minutes about Jenkins not being insane. He was so pissed about it, which was hilarious. Slacks and
My
Jenkins was a panel.
my favorite thing about this entire bit was he stopped the bit somewhere around like beginning of the playoffs, but he referred to Insania as Insania Prime for the rest of the fucking event.
Yes.
he just, he's like, I'm Insania, he's Insania Prime. I'm just like, and he still referred to that. Oh my god, it never fucking ends. But no, I mean that is the best part about these relationships that I've created with people in the Dota scene is like you always come back to these things. You know, with monkeys, you come back to veganism. With Avo, we'll have our history, Avo. You know,
It's gonna
if
be
you
the
have
exit
like,
interviews.
yeah, it's gonna be the exit interviews. Yeah, it'll be you telling me like what I need to do on panel right after we get done with panel. That was a good one.
I'm
That
fucking
was
sorry.
a.
I'm sorry about that.
No, there was like, just for people to have context, there was like a little bit of an awkward flow on one of our panels, and he felt like there wasn't enough of the players getting mentioned, so he wanted to clear it up. But the
It was
way,
you and Effie, and I have
yeah,
never we didn't mention a single team's name or player's name. It was all heroes, and then I remember seeing Twitch ads and we're like, wait, who's playing again? Because it was just heroes, and I get it, but
but the
that
way
was
you said it to me after the
it was
panel
so
was
mean.
definitely like,
So
you
mean.
suck. You need to do this.
I'm so fucking sorry.
But no, I understood at the time that he just wanted to get shit done. And you know how I understood that, Avo? Is because I have been on numerous Dota teams where right after the game, I would try to talk to them about the game, and I'm just trying to fucking help. But whatever I said was like coming off the wrong way. It would be construed as like flame or singling somebody out. And I always felt misunderstood. Because even if it was quote unquote toxic at the time, I wasn't trying to be. I was like trying to help. So, you know, stressful situations cause stressful shit to happen. You make mistakes or you do things you don't mean or whatever. So I knew you were coming from the right place. But
You know, that's also something I had to suppress my whole time I was in the English scene because in the Spanish scene it's very common. And it's not something that comes from stress, it's just how we are. Like we'll finish a panel and we'll go, this do this. Yeah, I didn't like that you did this. Yeah, that's true, I did that badly. Like it was very common and nobody would take it personally. And I went to the English scene. I remember my first cast, I did that to my co-caster. He's like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Why are you telling me this?
such a different cultural difference.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, it's a very big cultural difference. Yeah. I was very used to like I would do the panel in Spanish and I would be like, all right, I fucking hate this dude for these reasons. I'm gonna tell him now before it escapes my mind. So I had to change that. So that was a moment of my culture kind of seeping through, and I apologize for that.
No, that's actually really funny. I had no idea. I mean, there's definitely I've learned that Dutch people are really blunt. They like when they email you, when they talk to you about something. It's like in America, you're so used to like getting asked like how's your day going, like 30 seconds of small talk and then whatever they actually needed to talk to me about. And in Netherlands, it's literally just like, hey BSJ, we need you to tweet something out. Hey BSJ, like we need you here today. Hey BSJ, like that's that. I'm like, okay, like that makes things easier for me. My emails from them are like, you know, one line long or whatever. So, but okay. So usually we cap the podcast out at around like 45 minutes, but I don't know if you guys realize the time has flown. It's been, how long have we been in this call? We have been in this call for over an hour. Yeah. It's, that's really good. That means I had fun at least. You know, I don't know if you guys both had fun.
I hate you, BSJ.
Okay.
I enjoy both of you. I think you're a very wholesome duo. So thank you for
buddy.
having me.
Yeah, no, we really
Thanks
appreciate you
for
coming
joining
by,
us.
Alva. Yeah. Monkeys really appreciates it because he doesn't have to hear my voice 2/3 of the
Oh,
time. He gets to.
thank goodness. You know, I actually enjoyed who I was talking to this
Yeah.
podcast.
He does not get paid enough to be on this podcast. So, but no, it was really great to have you on, bud. Nice meeting you at TI, Avo. Monkeys, you know, thanks for doing your job today.
Good job of not forgetting BSJ.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry about the last minute reschedule, by the way, Avo. We are usually super organized.
I do not believe it. I don't believe
yeah,
it.
no,
I've seen enough NA teams to
Thank
know
you.
that's a lot.
Yes, we've been a part of many of these disbands. But this podcast is we are partnered with Prediction Guys. If you want to find all of our stuff, it's on Spotify. You can find them on Twitter. There's a bunch of other podcasts for other games. So check them out if you haven't already. We're also on Patreon. If you ever want to get your shit asked to us, like, you have a question, topic, discussion that you want to hear on this podcast, you can find us !Patreon in the chat, or just support the podcast either way. We have lovely guests like Avo, Mr. Avo Plus, excuse me. It's like Avocado
Avo's
Guys. It's not Avo.
My name was taken. That was why my Mr. Avo Plus.
So you would have just done Avo Plus, like with the plus sign, or would you have done it with the written out?
No, you can't do the plus sign, unfortunately. But Avo Plus written out is a lifestyle brand for avocado-based skincare products.
Damn it, those bastards!
Is that why you go by Avo instead of Avo?
No.
Because you're into skincare product avocados?
No, I found that later. They talked to me on Facebook because I have a bigger page. If I could promote their brands, like, oh, we share the same name. No.
Okay. I see. Yeah, what can you do? So, real quick, we need to have exclusive content here to make sure people are interested. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to pay or can't afford or just hate you the $5 for your voice line. So you're gonna need your voice line today, my friend. We're gonna need it from you right now.
Sure. It's
cut out a little bit on the "you're dead" because I think the mic was trying to pick up the really loud. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Thanks, guys. It was a great podcast. Thanks for coming.
A good one. See you guys later.
See you guys. See you, Avo. See you, monkeys.
The Terran Republic has seized control of Amerish. of that area. This area is restricted. Rise to the moment you can prevail. Imminent success is all but assured. We've acquired the facility.
I can heal you.
We close in on victory.
Eyes open, enemy heavy.
We've captured the facility.
I can use a ride! I need a ride!
You are in a restricted area. Clear out of that area. You are better than this. Show them! I find your effort lacking. The new conglomerate has taken the facility.
Area.
Will you truly allow yourself to lose? The new conglomerate has taken the facility.
Visual on hostile light assault trooper.
I'll get you fixed up.
I can heal you.
We close in on victory. You've proven worthy of Vanu's legacy. Imminent success is all but assured. This facility now belongs to the VS. Victory is at hand. The facility is ours.
Generator destroyed.
Victory has not eluded us. Fight harder. Are you not better than this rabble?
Generator repaired.
The Terran Republic has taken the facility.
Shield generator critical.
I can heal you. I am grateful.
Generator destroyed.
We close in on victory. We've acquired the facility.
Generator repaired. Shield generator critical. Shield generator critical. Generator destroyed. Generator destroyed.
We close in on victory. We've acquired the facility.
Generator repaired. Generator repaired.
close in on victory. We've captured the facility.
Shield generator critical. Generator destroyed.
I've got ammo for you here. Thanks.
Our foes will know the will of honor.
are your only salvation.
This facility now belongs to the VS.
Generator repaired.
Cover me. Reloading. Target down.